One string. It's fine. For some reason, all the cellos are like perfect. But I broke a stupid string. Sorry, guitar. That's so bad. We'll replace it tomorrow. This is how I. It's really hard to play too. And the kids love it. It's like a reward. I gotta play that?
So the microphone is already on, and I'm going to get this thing back here and you and unmute. So I guess that's I'm going to stand right here. It doesn't have a switch. So he'll switch it off back here. I mean, you can power it off, but then take another 10 seconds to power it back on. So just pick it up and use it, and he'll mute it.
Cool. Handling my stuff back here?
Absolutely.
My props?
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, just be.
Like, when
you come back here, just remember that the microphone will pick up everything you're saying. So, wise choices.
Probably won't be talking much. So.
that belongs to?
Informants. My name is Eva Marble, and I'm the choir and orchestra director at Treasure Mountain and Park City High School. This is the Treasure Mountain Concert Choir that you just heard sing. Since this is an Informants, we're going to show you a little bit about a little thing that we do in class every day. This class is learning about note reading and solfege and sight reading, and they're getting very good at it. We play a game called Forbidden Pattern, and they beat me at the game almost every day in class. This is how the game works. We have a forbidden pattern. Today, the forbidden pattern is do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. If I sing that pattern, they are not allowed to sing it back. Ready to play, guys? Yeah. Here we go. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, ti, do. Do, ti, do. Do, re, mi. That was close. Good. And then they would get a point. If they sing, I get a point. The first to 3 wins. How many? You guys have won like what, 15 times now? Yeah, they're getting really good at it. You have to be creative. Okay. This class is now going to sing an African American spiritual called Get On Board. This is one of the first pieces they learned that split into 2 parts. So, get on board. Thank you. Our last number is a Russian lullaby called Good Night. And thank you all for coming. Your students will join you after this performance to watch the rest of the show.
Sleep, 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 good night, my sweet. Good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. If we have parents or if you would like to come in, we do have there's still another rack of chairs back here. So if you would like to come in and put down a chair and have a seat, you're not standing the whole time, I'm totally okay with that. My name is Chris Taylor. I am the band director here at Treasure Mountain as well as Park City High School. Been doing this gig a long time. This is year 27 in this wonderful district. So we've been having a great time putting some music together. Tonight's Informus, yes, we're going to be showing you little bits and pieces and such of what we did. We start off every day in our class with just doing a little set of warm-ups. Those of you who were here early, you got to hear a little bit of that. But we are going to go ahead and play our first selection. And this is a piece that was actually done on Bandapalooza a couple years, I don't know if it was 3 or 4 years ago. And it's entitled Adventure on Snake River. So as we're talking about what it is that we are teaching, with that particular song, it broke into more parts. We spent a good majority of the first 9 weeks working out of a method book, everybody playing one line, just trying to figure out this is where everybody is, these are the skills that maybe we need to brush up on, these are the things that need to be introduced, going through those things. So to get into a piece that quick, actually at one point it had 6 different moving parts in it, which is awesome. Very pleased that they were able to do that. The next selection that we are going to get into is program music. It's got a wonderful title, Shakespeare meets Godzilla. There you go, all right. So the story behind this is we have this quaint little town. Shakespeare wakes up, it's a beautiful day. Shakespeare has a theme. Shakespeare's theme goes like this, 2, 1. And she's like the big hat and the feather and all that. It's like, working along. So that works. And then we start to hear Godzilla. And Godzilla comes in quietly at first, but then you will know when Godzilla's there because Godzilla is going to sound like this. 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's Godzilla, kind of ominous, right? So the way the story goes, Shakespeare gets up, he's going to go to his theater, and on the way, he's just cruising along, and he sees something there. And he keeps going, and then, oh wait, that's getting bigger. Uh-oh, that's a really big lizard coming this way. All right, so now the lizard's coming, and the lizard just comes, and Godzilla's going to start, he's messing up everything, right? And he's headed right for Shakespeare's theater. Okay, he wants to, for some reason, Godzilla is ready to stomp all over this theater. Well, then the Queen's army comes out. And there's going to be this nice little fanfare, you hear that. And of course, the Queen's army against Godzilla, whatever, get out of here. He gives a big roar, they all scatter. So now, there's ultimate chaos going on. We're going after this theater. Shakespeare's going to find out, or he's going to fight back the only way he can. So he starts reading from The Tempest. And Godzilla kind of slows down. And roar. A little bit more of The Tempest. And then after a little bit, it actually lulls Godzilla to sleep. Because Godzilla really goes, oh, this is not a big thing here. These people aren't, okay, I'm just going to take a nap right here. And then you will hear the townspeople come out. There's a great little fugue in there, right in the middle here. And there's a little bit of a party to the end. So this is a little bit of programmatic music. Hopefully, that was a really bad rendition of the story I gave you. But hopefully you can picture something like that in your heads. And again, this is our 8th grade concert band, and this is going to be our last selection. And then we're bringing, I think, percussions up after that. So, and we'll introduce you to Mr. Brett Hughes and all of our percussion. So this is Shakespeare meets Godzilla.
Hello, my name is Brett Hughes. I'm the percussion instructor and the music theory teacher at Treasure Mountain Junior High and Park City High School. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's so fun to be able to do a concert in this venue again. We love performing in this venue. We are going to move your attention to my right, your left, right? One of the things we do at both, we actually started in 7th grade at Edgar Hill, but we pull our percussionists out of our band program. And percussion works as its own ensemble most of the school year. That is because on average, by the time they graduate, they need to learn how to play about 85 different instruments that all have their own techniques and they all have their idiosyncrasies, and every single one of them is ever so slightly different based on brand, bar size, things like that. And so we spend a lot of time in the percussion classes, especially when the students are in 8th and 9th grade, going over the specifics of how to play the instruments. So what you're going to see tonight from our percussion program, they're going to play 2 different sets of really their warm-ups, but we've used them to develop their technique. One of them is on the keyboard percussion instruments. You'll see every student over there is playing either a marimba or a bell kit, which are all laid out just like a piano, right? So these are our keyboard percussion instruments, and they're going to demonstrate, in theory, all 12 major scales, which are really like the words of music, the building blocks of music. Some of them will have better success than others on getting through all 12. Some of them are in their 2nd year in this class. We would hope that they are having a little more success than the students who are in their 1st year. Some of them have piano backgrounds, some of them don't, right? So we're coming from a bunch of different places, but we're building towards this same goal of being able to play the keyboard percussion instruments, and we do that through the building block of major scales. After the major scales, they're going to move to the practice pads, which are a setup to practice their technique for snare drum. Now, we could use snare drums, but 21 snare drums in this room would have a very interesting effect on your eardrums, right? So we're going to use the practice pads instead, which are exactly what they sound like. They're a gum rubber pad that responds just like the drum does, but cuts down the volume so that they're an easy practice tool. So the percussion class, I'm going to go back there and get them set up from a technology perspective. They're going to play 2 things for you tonight. They're going to play 12 major scales, and then they're going to play something called the 5-minute drill snare drum exercises that will take us through all the different strokes we need to know. Legato strokes, flams, paradigms, upstrokes, downstrokes, timing patterns, roll strokes. Everything they need to know to be successful at snare drum is going to be jammed into this 5-minute warm-up. Okay? So we're going to, like I said, I'm going to go get it set up from a technology perspective, make sure they have all the gear they need, and we're going to, this is the percussion program from Treasure Mountain playing major scales and the 5-minute drill snare drum sequence.
Everybody good? Good as we're going to get for tonight? Let's do it.
5-minute drill. Major scales, full sequence, medium. C major. Ready? Go. F major. Ready? Go. B flat major. Ready? Go. Flat major. Ready? Go. A flat major. Ready? Go. flat major. Ready, go. G flat major. Ready, go. B major. Ready, go. E major. Ready, go. A major. Ready, go. D major. Ready, go. G major. Ready, go. Five-minute drill. Practice pad full sequence, medium. Legato strokes and dynamics. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Flams and paradiddles. 1, 2. Ready, go. Double strokes. Ready, go. Buzz stroke and accent tap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Chicken and a roll. Ready, go. Time to jam. 1, 2, ready, go.
Okay, this is the Orchestra 1 class. These guys have had like 2 years previous orchestra experience. This year, so far this year, we've been working on playing without piano accompaniment and following the conducting pattern, which is new because many of these guys were at Ecker with Mr. Harrington, and Mr. Harrington always played the piano with them, which is great, but we're ready for the next thing, which is to play without the piano. So they're going to play 2 numbers. The first is called Hopak Dance, and the second is called The Haunted Carousel. And we played this a few weeks ago in the lobby out here in Treasure Mountain, and they all wore their costumes that day. Class was awesome. So even though Halloween is over and we're moving on to the holidays, I hope you enjoy Hopak Dance and The Haunted Carousel.
Now I'm going to move up here. We're going to do a quick change over here. We're going to have our Treasure Mountain Jazz Ensemble. This is our beginning level of jazz. Hopefully, if your parents of jazz, you heard them probably after the first day, they were a little shell-shocked. They walk in the first day and I'm saying, oh, by the way, you're all going to solo like tomorrow. One of course the important elements of jazz is improvisation. So we are getting them doing a lot of improvised solos. You're going to hear some of them do this here in just a minute. And I've got a wonderful TA for this. This is Hannover. Wave everybody, Hannah. Hannah's a senior and plays in the Varsity Jazz Ensemble. She's been helping me out with this. I'm actually going to let her lead this first little tune as soon as they are all set up. We actually had to practice getting set up. It takes a little bit of coordination to move gear and try to get electronics wired without blowing anything up. So, but I think we're probably pretty close. And if you're in the front row, yeah, okay. How are we doing on our 2-minute window? Crashing. All right, this is problem solving. This is why kids take band. Yeah, it's more than just the notes and rhythms, right? It's giving them some skills that they can apply to other things. A lot of teamwork and such. And they're getting it. Is everybody enjoying the concert tonight? Awesome. So the return of live music is awesome. And while they're getting set up, I will go ahead and put the shameless promotions. Thank you all. I don't know, I should probably get you. Shameless promotion. Next week we have the high school musical, and it is going to be Thursday, Friday, and 2 shows on Saturday. We are doing Once Upon a Mattress. Probably all in all, there's about 80 students involved between the cast. There's a live pit orchestra. We've got all the stage tech crew, all that. I mean, it's a lot of people that have been working really hard, so it's going to be awesome. So that is going on next week. And then I'll invite people to the following Tuesday, I think it's the 23rd. How many people here know the band Chicago? Okay, look at all those hands going up, awesome. They're a great band. We are actually doing a concert with the original drummer from Chicago, a gentleman by the name of Danny Seraphine. And that's going to be free at the Eccles Center at 7 o'clock on the 23rd. We would love to have a house, so make sure that you're ready to maybe do a little dancing in the aisles and just have a good time. So it should be fun. So, rhythm section, y'all ready? Don't panic, just breathe. We got our first and last solos picked out? All right, so we are going to start, this is just a little bit of a New Orleans second line. Now, one thing I would like to say about that particular piece, that is a New Orleans standard. If anybody spends any time in New Orleans, you can't be in that town for more than 2 hours before you hear that song somewhere going down the street. And that was one, absolutely no music and all that. We learned that strictly by, honestly, theory. Because if you're following music theory, we teach them the scale, and then, hey, we're just playing 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, and just doing the different parts of the scale, so they're learning the theory as they're putting that one together. We are going to continue on. We have one jazz method book that we use, and we are going to play kind of a little pop ballad, and this is entitled Spring's Awakening. We have one more selection that we are going to do for you guys tonight. One of the premier composers and arranger in the world of big band jazz is a gentleman by the name of Sammy Nestico. Sammy Nestico wrote for, his first gig was writing for the United States Airmen of Note, that is their top jazz band, and then he was the chief writer and arranger for the great Count Basie Orchestra for a very, very long time. We have a book that is a bunch of his arrangements. I'm not going to say stylistically they're any easier, they just kind of dropped ranges, made things a little bit more playable. And so we're going to play, close with a great standard entitled On the Sunny Side of the Street. All right, as we get out of the way, we are going to invite our 9th grade orchestra as soon as we get out of the way and let them come up. I'm going to ask that at the very end of the concert, we just have a little bit of housekeeping. We got to get our stuff put away, and we would love it if we could get a little bit of assistance putting chairs and chairs back on the racks, chairs and stands. Yeah, we're going to take care of the music stands. But if y'all could help with the chairs, that would be spectacular. And I would like to take this time to thank our administration for being here tonight and all the support that they have given us. And I just want to again give a shout out to my colleagues, Eva Marble and Brett Hughes. We have a great team of teachers here at Park City. All right, I think we're about clear. I think 9th grade, y'all can start coming up and shifting however you need to make stuff work. This is where I should probably have some cheesy music jokes or something like that. I already did one? Did you hear about the bass player who locked his keys in his car? He had to hire a locksmith to get the drummer out.
Ha ha!
Of course, I could go into the music where I say, how do you tune 2 piccolos? Shoot one. Oh, there we go. There, all right, now there we go. Bad music humor coming at you, dad jokes, I can't help it. Mr. Hughes, you got any good jokes? Oh wait, you have no sense of humor. That's what the kids tell me.
Two drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff.
If you did not hear that, that's his best joke right there. Say it loud.
2 drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff.
There you go. That's the joke right there. All right, Miss Marble, you up there? You are. You're back there. Cool. That's all right. I'm just going to tell bad jokes until we're ready to go. Actually, I think I'm out of them. But we're all good. So are you guys all ready to go? Almost? All right, well, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Okay, this is the last group of the night, but I'm going to stall while my bass player runs to get a bow, because for some reason we're going short. This is the concert orchestra. This group is made up of mostly 9th graders and a few 8th graders in there. These guys have been working on some things to audition for junior high state orchestra. The audition is in January, and they have to submit 2 things, and if they make the audition, then they will go play at a festival at the U in March. One of the things they have to submit, which is the second thing we're going to play, is a chorale. And we've been talking a lot about, what have we been talking about, guys? Intonation and tone. Intonation is if the note is right on their instrument, and tone, they gotta go hand in hand. Tone is how the quality of the sound, right? So I'm sure you remember when your students were beginners and it was like squeaky and screechy, and you were like, okay, go practice, but cover my ears while you do. We've been working on getting rid of that sound. And while they're finishing, I'm going to show you some things we use to help them visualize this. So the first thing is this Being Boozled game, which has some yummy jelly beans in it, and it also has some gross ones like barf and toothpaste. And we talked about how bad intonation is like eating one of the yucky ones. Nobody wants that. And some of the kids have tried these to see if they can get a good jelly bean. And the second thing we've done in class is played with this little dude. And it's very hard to play in tune. So they also experimented with that so that they can get their ear in line with their fingers. You guys ready? Okay, without further ado, this is the concert orchestra. We are going to play Flambeau by Doug Spada, and then we will play the chorale, which is Lo How a Rose Air Blooming, and our last number will be Agincourt by Doug Spada.